My next guest is a very, very lucky man. His business is fantasy and magic. He works all the time as a writer, a producer, a director. But above all, he's a master puppeteer. Please welcome Jim Henson. You've taken the puppet world to a new height. What's the appeal that your puppets have?
Oh, boy, it's hard to say. I think, I think puppets have a kind of appeal to kids, to adults. They've been around forever, you know. As long as we've had theater, we've had one kind or another of puppetry. But I don't know, I think with the Muppets, there's sort of an innocence to them, you know? Mm-hmm. And I think that's something that appeals to the child in everybody, you know? Because I think everybody, there's a child in all of us still.
And I was doing a late night show. It was a 5-minute show that was on at 11:30 at night.
All black magic has me in its spell. Oh, black magic that you weave so well.
We had very sophisticated adult audiences right from the beginning. And I think it was very adventurous of the station to be willing to program our puppets at that time.
5. Hey, what are you doing? Oh, I'm taking a course in visual thinking. It teaches you how to visualize your thoughts. Watch. Q. See that? Man, you're just a beginner. I'm an old hand at this stuff. Watch. Hey, a real watch. With moving parts, no less.
And so most of our work was sort of sophisticated, and it had a slight black humor kind of quality.
You have any Wilkins coffee in your house? No. You know, a house isn't a home without Wilkins coffee. What are you eating?
Savory, succulent McGarry sausages. Want a bite? Yeah. Ah, he's a sharp salesman.
So buy us at one a bundle of charms.
And if you don't buy us, we'll break both your arms.
I'm very much against violence on television, but I think what we do doesn't really drop into that category. There's been puppet violence for hundreds of years, and I think there's a big difference between someone being stabbed with a knife and an obvious toy figure being thrown around.
And do it now.
Purina dog chow will really make a hit with your dog.
Are you sure it'll make a hit?
Positive. I'm the Muppet's big lovable shaggy dog Ralph on ABC's The Jimmy Dean Show.
This spray is guaranteed to soothe throat irritation. It will also relieve infection of tissues and is extremely effective in severe cases of laryngitis. For best results, use at room temperature and spray gently over the entire throat. What the heck happened?
My belly button blew out.
Ralph the dog is another one of my father's alter egos. Ralph the dog is a very laid-back character. He's very gentle, he's very sweet.
And it's only recording. You and I and George sold 2 copies. I bought one and George bought one. Where were you? Stay away from women. That's my motto. But I can't. Neither can I. That's my trouble.
Oh, Ralph, it's time for your silent movie piece.
Yeah, but they just blew a hole in the movie screen.
Well, it's okay. We've got another one, but it's a tacky old screen.
Well, that's okay. It's only a tacky old movie.
Hey, Ralph.
Hey! Son of a bitch.
No, wait, no. That's the nicest thing a dog can say about anybody.
Yeah.
So when we did Sesame Street, that was the first time we'd ever worked for children, really.
What are those?
Well, these are questions, Bert. Questions that you're supposed to answer.
Performing the Ernie and Bert pieces with Frank has always been one of the great joys of doing this show.
We'd say we'd talk the script. Jim and I said, let's talk this one, which meant that, okay, the script was okay, and we had the curriculum we had to do, and we had a couple of good jokes, but the rest of it wasn't great, so let's ad-lib around it.
Yeah, fishy, fishy, fishy! 3 fish? 4 fish? 5 fish.
Wow! You know, he and I imagine, when we're in our 80s doing Ernie and Bert, in rocking chairs and still doing it.
I hope so.
It's too bad you couldn't come to the park and play with me today, Bert.
Yeah, me too, Ernie. But I had a lot of stuff to do around here, you know.
Hey, Bert. You said me too. It didn't follow what I said, Bert. I'm sorry.
I thought maybe a friend could save it. Night, Ernie.
Me too, Bert.
Oh, that's cute. Oh, that's funny.
I would have put down the ducky, but I'm not in control here. Where's Frank Oz when we need him?
One of the hardest puppets to do is Dr. Teeth.
He is hard.
How would you describe your music? What is that? Is that rock or jazz?
Oh, that's like catastrophe music. It's a towering inferno with bongo drums.
Yeah.
Being spirit, be sleep,
I am the Count. They call me the Count because I love to count things.
Wonderful. Well, I'm Guy Smiley. They call me Guy Smiley because I changed my name from Bernie Liederkranz. Yes. Thank you.
And with Guy Smiley, he's the announcer and the ultimate quiz show host. Yeah. He was just wacko.
All I want is to say to you, loaf of bread, here is your life.
And all of a sudden, he takes it off and. No, I think we can do that.
Where can a handsome pig like myself find some nice macho t-shirts with sweet little mice on them? And now to Washington, D.C. for a direct call on our hotline.
If for any reason this unit is tampered with, the 90-day warranty on the system is invalidated. System is invalidated. System is invalidated. Auxiliary coordinates.
There you go, folks. Souvenir photograph. Just give me your name and address and $10.
Is that the end? There is no end to the praises I sing of Royal Crown Cola.
In my castle in back of me are 8 windows you can see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
And first off, let me introduce our judges for tonight.
Have I ever lied to you? Okay, well, what can we talk about?
Behold that pile of garments. Forsooth, one merely sprayeth and ironeth.
He's in love with Lily Tomlin.
She has my sympathies. And just the way you put the features onto the face affect the way the face looks. I think you're a lousy, cheap, two-bit, no-good, sawbones doctor.
Yeah, no,
That's what I think.
I just made a mistake. I put him on wrong here. Let's put him like that.
Hey, listen, fella. Can you spare a drink? I mean, just a little...
This chow mein is delicious.
Thank you, dear.
Wait! I forgot the La Choy noodle.
Just a friend, dear.
Ring.
I love it. Makes no sense whatsoever.
This delay is appalling.
Well, the tadpole can't open the envelope.
But aren't these things planned? I mean, this wouldn't happen on the Wheel of Fortune.
No! The Wheel of Fortune!
Yes.
What about this character, Jim Henson? What do you think about him?
All right. I don't really, I hear his name bandied about a lot, but I don't particularly have any I don't know him. I don't know who Henson is. He seems to have his hand in a lot of things around here, but I don't particularly know what that means. It was my mother's coat and a ping pong ball, you know, which I cut in half to make the eyes.
Well, Kermit's function on the show is very much like my own, in that he's trying to hold together this group of crazies.
Sometimes the crown weighs rather heavy on this little froggy head. No.
A 1 and a 2 and a 3.
No. You see, I sing by myself. The frog sings alone.
Kermit is more outgoing than I am, certainly. I am more laid back. I can say things that he can't.
I want my Kermit the Frog t-shirt now.
Now, sir, what may we do for you?
I'm Kermit the Frog, and I told you I want my Kermit the Frog t-shirt. How can you give up? It's something to eat that's round and orange. It's an orange. It's an orange.
Is it an orange?
Of course it's an orange. I just told you it was an orange.
Me guess right.
I'll tell you what I'm going to do, Piggy. I'm going to fire you. Piggy, you are fired. You are fired. Piggy, you are fired. Fired.
The thing is, when you're looking into the puppet, when talking to Kermit, I was talking to Kermit, and that's all there was to it.
The truth of the matter is that the frog is a great deal more interesting to look at, and who notices what the bearded man is doing? Yes, this is the naked Kermit over here.
We have never seen Kermit in that state.
I know. I'm going to leave. Excuse me, I'm not here. This is not my medium.
His hand was very large, and in that Kermit head, you know, he would just go like this, and there'd be suddenly a different kind of expression.
H-I-J-K-L-M-N-O-P-Q-R-S. Cookie Monster isn't the letter of the alphabet. Read my lips. Alligators.
The opening of the Muppet movie, he is performing Kermit sitting on a log in the swamp.
The first day I came to visit him on the set of the Muppet movie, where's Jim? Oh, he's underwater. Like, what? Kermit was on a log in a swamp, and Jim's like underwater in a tank.
Uncle Kermit, what's your favorite thing about the Muppets?
Well, you know, Robin, there are times when the Muppets aren't funny.
Yeah, but I always figure that's the writer's fault.
Well, no, I'm really talking about those times when we don't try to be just funny. And I think maybe those are my favorite parts.
It's Not That Easy Being Green, which I always thought was just a cool song for Kermit until late one night in Seattle after a concert I had with the symphony out there. I turned on I guess it was the Tonight Show, and he was on singing It's Not That Easy Being Green, Ray Charles, and I just about fell off the bed because all of a sudden it just took on another whole dimension that I'd ever thought of.
What makes an artist truly unique is that he can take the most ordinary things in life and turn them into something extraordinary. Now, Jim Henson took a simple song and a piece of felt and turned it into a moment of great power. You know, the song says, it's not easy being green, but the song is about knowing who you are. And in it, you can hear Jim's message loud and clear. We should learn to love who we are and be proud of it. And that's the way we learn to love each other. I'm green, and it'll do fine, 'cause it's beautiful. And I think it's what I wanna be.
What else do you do besides just puppets?
Well, I've been into filmmaking for a while. I have a short film that I made about 5 years ago called Timepiece.
Timepiece is so much my father. It is right in where his head was.
You think of, oh yeah, Jim, he was a puppeteer, but he was an artist, really, first and foremost.
I would use the word visionary when I think about Jim. He right now he's thinking of stuff 10 years from now.
The Dark Crystal.
Part of the desire was to create a whole new world, you know, to start all over and design everything. And then I think we also had worked with a number of techniques that we felt were not appropriate to the Muppets, and yet it would be fun to explore these things.
You're no match for me, Sarah.
I just want to say that the Muppets have done all sorts of things for kids. First, there was Sesame Street. And now, there's Muppet Babies, Little Muppet Monsters, and Fraggle Rock, too.
But that's Jim again, is sort of promoting the oneness of the human race.
Jim wanted to make a better world. It wasn't just for entertainment only.
What really amazed me about him was the way we could be taping something. There'd be 15 people there doing stuff, and he would be there doing stuff, and he could see everything. He could see everything that was happening.
He laughed a lot. He enjoyed what people did. He made the ultimate decision as to what we would work on, what we would keep, and what we would lose. But he encouraged people to contribute, and he valued their contributions.
You see, puppetry is a very limited form. There are so many things that you cannot do, and so it's sort of like a game that we're playing with the audience, because there are only certain kinds of things that we can do well with the puppets. You know, you basically don't see them below the waist, and also there's this very large puppeteer that's sort of right there beneath the puppet. And so what we try to do is we try to shoot them in such a way that it feels like that they're able to do everything that people do, and that they're moving around in a set in the same way that people do. This is unique in the performance field. I mean, no other actor can ever see their performance at the same time they're doing it.
He was totally fearless, totally fearless. He would do anything for the shot.
I watched a man who truly believed nothing was impossible. He envisioned a world where chickens could sing, bears could tell jokes, pigs could be stars, and they could all ride bicycles.
Sunny sky, pretty day, just a push and we're on the way. Yes, couldn't we ride side by side?
Keep it confidential, please. Keep it down. Stifle if you have to sneeze. We don't care if you start a riot. Just be sure that the riot's quiet. Keep it down. Keep it down.
Oh, I look up and see a birdie flying high and free.
Well, I look down and then the sidewalk is what I see.
Well, I look up and see the sky.
I look down and see the ground. I look at you and sing a song about up and down.
I've got those 10 little tapping toes, and when they hear a tune I can't control, my dancing heels do save my soul. Weary blues can't get into my shoes, because my shoes refuse to ever grow weary. I keep cheerful on and cheerful of music sweet, 'cause I've got happy feet. So I went down to the station for my ticket and applied for tips regarding morrow, not expecting to be guyed. Said I, my friend, I'd like to go tomorrow and return no later than tomorrow, for I haven't time to burn.
Whenever there's a dream worth a dreaming, and you wanna see that dream come true, there'll be plenty people talking, say forget all about it, say it isn't worth the trouble, all the trouble that you're going through. It ain't worth it. You can't take no for an answer. You can't take no. You can't take no for an answer. No, 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 no. You can't take no for an answer. No, no, no. No, 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 no. No, 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 no.
Meet me at the bus stop, down on the corner by the 5 and dime. Meet me at the bus stop, we'll go have a good time.
Well, you eat it as a tower, and it's pretty as a flower. And the flower's what you pick up in the field. But the field can have a hole, and you can fall in while you're strolling, and a gorg can come along to find a meal. And he can pack you in a sack, and you can try to scramble back. But then you'll never, ever, ever get free. Because every time you eat a tower, you'll be shut up for eternity. Oh, yeah!
Listen to Convincing John, and all your troubles will be gone. You're gonna sell it just for you.
Come on, everybody, try. Don't be left high and dry. As you keep on getting wetter, you'll be feeling so much better. You'll be left without a care, and you can even wash your hair. It will have a healthy sheen. Yeah, you'll be squeaky clean.
You can tell a mailman not to call. I ain't coming home until the fall, and I might not get back home at all.
You don't mean
Lulu's back in town.
Lay me down on the ground. Song comes singing from the midnight places. Raise me high in the sky. Song comes drifting through. I say 1, 2, play me do. Let me sound as sweet as you. Play me wide, play me long. Let me be your song. Coddleston, Coddleston, Coddleston pie. Why does a chicken? I don't know why. Ask me a riddle and I reply. Coddleston, Coddleston, Coddleston pie.
But there never seems to be enough time to do the things you want to do once you find them. know that you're the one I wanna go through time with. If I could save time in a bottle.
It's certainly not a career that one would plan. You know, you wouldn't decide to become a puppeteer, I don't think, in your life. I was interested in television, in films, in art, and actually then when I went into puppetry, I found that I could combine all of this stuff.
So it's going to be a swell demonstration, and at no time will we be stooping to any cheap 3D tricks.
Did you say cheap 3D tricks?
I remember this Jim Henson fella. Oh, yeah? Yeah, he was always hanging around.
Where?
Down there.
Down there? Let's stop looking at him even. It's too weird.
Yeah, but Robin's right. That's where we used to see Jim Henson.
I feel very sorry that your best friend Jim died. What? Died? Jim died?
But we were just starting to get to know him.
I don't want to pretend that I know what happens after this life, or that Jim really knew what would happen after this life, but he had great plans. And I sure hope somebody lets him know we're doing this down here, because he's probably pretty busy. On to the next.
He was so generous with everyone and so kind, and it created a culture in which his generosity was always returned. And that culture has been perpetuated. I know in our sets, we're that way. We just carry on that culture. That underlies all the work.
Yeah, well, I've got a dream too. But it's about singing and dancing and making people happy. That's the kind of dream that gets better the more people you share it with. And, well, I found a whole bunch of friends who have the same dream. And it kind of makes us like a family.
Why are there so many songs about rainbows? And what's on the other side? Rainbows are visions, but only illusions. And rainbows have nothing to hide. So we've been told, and some choose to believe it. I know they're wrong, wait and see. Someday we'll find it, the rainbow connection, the lovers, the dreamers, and me.
Life's like a movie, write your own ending.
Keep believing, keep pretending, we've done just what we set out to do. Thanks to the lovers, the dreamers,
Mr. Henson, sir? Here's the bill, sir.
Oh, thank you.
Yes, sir.
Well, that's it for this season.
Thanks for watching.
Yeah, we hope to see you soon.
I also stuck.